Okay, we should be on here, so go ahead.
Alrighty, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another presentation of Central Cass basketball here from Castleton, North Dakota. I am Isaac Dienison alongside Jarrell Peterson. We hope you're still joining us from the matinee here from Central Cass. It was the girls team taking on Lisbon in their last home game of the season. That was a game that went right down to the wire. Squirrels won in overtime. Squirrel boys now taking on the Ellendale Cardinals in a cross-region matchup. Quick note about the stats that will be presented throughout this game. They are a little off. They are not accessible at the moment, and we're not able to be properly put in the graphic system here, so we apologize for any misinformation we may give throughout the night. That's our reasoning. Squirrels have been trending in the upward direction ever since the latter stages of January. They come into this game with a 4-game winning streak, not accounting for last night. As you can see by our graphic, they are undefeated since late January when they won by 10 points against Hankinson. Just winning big last night over Maple Valley by nearly 40 points. Started out relatively average. They'd win some games, they'd lose some games, but now they're starting to hit their stride, and we'll see how they perform here today against an Ellendale team that's 8-7 on the season, 4-2 amongst teams in their region in Region 3. Ellendale started the season 7-2. They're just 1-5 in their games since. Looking to curb their recent trend. They have not won since January 25th. They beat Barnes County 47-30. And their other games since January 11th, which is when the Squirrels started their turnaround this season, Ellendale has been experiencing the opposite. About 2 minutes away from the announcement of the starting lineups. I don't believe we'll be having an anthem since we did already have a varsity game before this one. Let's look at some of the numbers here for Central Cass this season. The key players this year: the Leitzes, the Cateses, Josh Dixon. All been instrumental in this recent run of success for Central Cass. This is the final home game until February 27th for the boys team. They'll be taking on Lisbon as well in their final game of the season at home. It's on February 22nd. Then Region 1 play will begin the following weekend at the Sanford Health Athletic Complex in Fargo. And after that, the state tournament in Minot. Squirrels sitting pretty right now among the top teams in Region 1, hoping to continue that success into the Region 1 tournament. Quick look here at Josh Dixon's recent run up until the latter stages of January.
Very consistent. I think in the 2 games since then, he's also been in double figures, so you can always expect, 10 to 15 from him at least.
Same goes for Jonah Leitz in the rebounding department more than anything.
I think he just signed with Jamestown for football.
Not bad. The quarterback of the football team this past school year. Ellendale is still warming up. There's 15 seconds left until teams got to get lined up, and the buzzer just sounded to get them back to their bench. And we might be having an anthem after all. The Squirrels are lining up as if we're getting one. We'll find out.
Good afternoon, basketball fans, and welcome to the campus of Central Cass and provides a fair play competition among the players and spectators. Spectators can help promote good sportsmanship by observing the rules of fair play. Everyone is responsible for keeping this game at a high level of good sportsmanship. Ladies and gentlemen, before we meet tonight, starting the lineups, let's stand in football headgear and face our nation's flag. And 7th grader Reagan Anderson from Central Cass will lead us with our national anthem.
Nicely done, well done. The rendition of the Star Spangled Banner. Now we'll meet the lineups beginning with Ellendale. Ellendale, a roster consisting mostly of players within the 5'10" to 6'1" range and 3 seniors. That is Hunter Thorpe, Cody, and Peyton Merkel, and Austin Mullen and Scott Wagner for the Cardinals. Wagner listed at 6'6" on the Cardinal roster. And now for Central Cass. It is Zach Cates, Max Comervig, Christian and Jonah Leitz, and Josh Dixon, the starters for Central Cass, looking to win their 5th game in a row dating back to the end of January. The last time I was here to see this team in action, they were exhibiting a lot of unselfish play, making the extra pass at any given opportunity. We'll see if that strategy has continued into the latter part of the season. It's Christian Leitz and Scott Wagner on the opening jump. 4 quarters, 8 minutes apiece. yet to be played and just about to get underway. And the tip goes to the Squirrels. Leeds wins it. Squirrels begin with possession. And an interception here taken away by Peyton Merkel. Coppervig's pass was off the mark, and it's taken in, coast to coast, laid in by Austin Mullen. First points of the game go to the Cardinals. Long two at the other end from Max Coppervig makes up for his turnover and ties it at 2. Sent near side, fed down low, and it's nearly taken away, and in fact is saved in bounds. Nicely done by Coppervig to Leeds. Now finds Christian on the right wing, stops. Long cross-court pass, Zach Cates with it. Trying to get out to a quick start, and it's a corner 3, not there, and the rebound inside by Wagner. Quick action so far in this one. Cody Merkel has it for Ellendale, feeds it near side. Mullen taking the screen, but draws a foul first. It'll be the first of the game for either side. It's on Coppervig. To throw it in is Thorpe, gets it into Wagner, feeds it back outside, mid-range jump shot, no good, rattling off the rim, and Dixon tracks down the rebound. Austin Mullen, the last jumper, no good. Cates trying to drive inside, feeds it back outside. Leaks 3 from the left wing is good. Jonah Leeds from outside trying to improve his scoring average, as according to our numbers we showed just a little bit ago, only averaging 5 a night. Obviously those are a little bit off. In response, a 3 from Hunter Thorpe drops. From the same side of the court, just on the opposite end, that Leeds made his. Cates feeds it out. Christian Leeds in the corner. Has to clear it back outside for Max Coppervig. 23 on the shot clock. Taking the screen from Dixon. Gets all the way around it to the cup. Lays it in. 3 different scores for the Squirrels to begin this one. Coppervig 2, Leeds. Jonah Leeds, that is, with 3, and Christian now with 2. Here's Wagner backing down. Jonah Leeds inside, misses, and the rebound by Dixon. Long pass ahead, gathered by the Squirrels. Here's Dixon, little spin move, feeds it outside for Leeds. And set back up in their offense, but they'll enter the lane, kick it out for a 3 by Zach Cates is off, and the rebound by Austin Mullen. 5:19 to go in the first quarter. Squirrels out to a 7-5 lead. Pass is fumbled by Wagner, and it's turned over. Trying to push the tempo yet again. Coppervig swings, now near side. Dixon on the right block against Wagner. Double team, feeds it back outside, but now a straight on 3 is off. But Jonah Leeds down low with the rebound, can't make it. And the ball is squirted free to Hunter Thorpe. This is Austin Mullen, left side, as they get Wagner an opportunity inside. He'll draw a foul, and he'll have 2 free throws. Fouls on Jonah Leeds. Second team foul the first quarter of the first half. Looking like early on, Scott Wagner is going to be the focal point of this offense if they can't get their outside game going. Why wouldn't you with a frame like his? Wagner's first free throw is good. Again, listed at 6'6" on the roster and just a freshman. His 6'6" height would make him 2 inches taller than the next tallest Squirrel. That's Christian Leeds at 6'4". Second free throw is off. Zach Cates comes the other way, feeds it back for Jonah Leeds. Long cross-court pass. Dixon on the left block lost it, and he's able to maintain possession and find Cates, drives it inside, kicks it back out. A 3 is good from Max Coppervig. His second perimeter jumper of the game makes it 10-6 Squirrels. Trying the entry pass, and it's stolen by Dixon. Back in transition, it's Dixon to the basket. The magic of the Squirrels offense at work yet again, going down the floor as quickly as they are. Defense creating offense, 2 more points, 12-6 Squirrels lead it. Wagner feeds it back door. Now it's fed back outside. Ellendale's made some substitutions. We'll try to credit them as they touch the ball as this three is short. Jonah Leitz comes the other way with it. Trying to thread the needle for Dixon. It's turned over. Hunter Thorpe comes up with it. Number 15, Wyatt Henningsen, is in the game. He has it left wing, rather right wing. Mullen crosses over against Coppervig and draws a foul. Already the 3rd foul of the first half on the Squirrels. We'll see which one gets called for it. It's Coppervig, and it's his 2nd already of the first half. Austin Mullen with 2 points so far in this one. Looking to double this total at the line. First is good. A couple more substitutions here. It's Ian Wagner and Eric Blondo in for Ellendale, and Wes Cates and Devin Klingbeil in for Central Cass. Guards getting a little bit of a rest. 2nd free throw is good for Mullen. 12-8 Squirrels in the lead. Straight on 3, Jonah Leitz is short. Klingbeil looking for the rebound, can't come up with it, and it's rebounded by Hunter Thorpe. Quickly down the floor come the Cardinals. Wagner now for Mullen. Again trying to break down his defender and draws a reach in. It will be on the floor. As this will be Devin Klingbeil. You only get 7 before the other team starts to shoot free throws, and you're already at 4 with 2:51 remaining in the first quarter. Intercepted here on the entry pass by Leitz, looking for the touchdown, as Cates is able to save it, but it goes right back to Hunter Thorpe. My personal experience is this pass is out of bounds. Remember from my brief time covering this team at the beginning of the season, Jonah Leitz was not afraid to make those kinds of decisions. As you just saw in the last possession, those can come with making those decisions. Pass was just a little too long on that last trip down the floor. Meanwhile, this is nearly taken away, and it is. Another steal here in the first quarter. Eric Blondo comes up with it. This is Cody Merkel with it now, as Ellendale's been forcing plenty of turnovers and has stayed in this one. Here's a long 2 short from Blondo, and now ahead. Here comes Devin Klingbeil, and he'll draw a foul on his way to the basket. And it indeed is on Cody Merkel. First free throws of the night for the Squirrels. Devin Klingbeil will shoot 2. Central Cass leading by 4, 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. First is good. Jonah Leitz now will get a rest. And in turn, Scott Wagner returns, the 6'6 center for Ellendale. Second free throw from Klingbeil is good. 14-8 the score now, as they immediately go at Wagner on the right block, no good. Got his own rebound, blocked by Klingbeil, but a foul. So 2 more free throws coming, and that's also the 2nd foul on Devin Klingbeil. A couple of Squirrels already in the backcourt with 2 fouls. Coppervig already afflicted with 2. Now Klingbeil picks up his 2nd. Wagner's first of 2 at the line is no good. And no motion to replace Devin Klingbeil just yet. Second free throw on the way from Wagner is also long, and the rebound by Christian Leitz. Wes Cates brings it up for Central Cass, spins in the lane, and he gets fouled on the way up. He'll shoot a pair. Ian Wagner's calling for the foul. We've had 7 combined fouls now here in the first 6 minutes and 16 seconds of the first quarter. West Cates will shoot a pair here. And this is also no good. Team fouls 5-2 Central Cass. Second free throw from West Cates is good. He is on the board. Makes it 15-8 here. Mullen feeding Wagner on the right block against Dixon, kicks it back outside. Now a cut into the lane. It's fed back out for Wagner. Takes contact from Klingbeil. No good, and the rebound by Christian Leitz. And the Squirrels trying to break out. Here's Dixon to the lane. Into the lane, lays it in. They get out in transition so well, you have to get back. 17-8 Squirrels lead. Dixon's now up to 4. Into the lane, Wagner kicks it back out, looking for Thorpe, nearly turned over. Still 18 on the shot clock. Into the lane, this one's going to be deflected out of bounds, no foul. With exactly 1 minute to go in the first quarter. High intensity first quarter so far. Mullen takes the screen, nice pick and roll, and it's almost laid in by Wagner. Now a fight for the ball. Wagner's able to pick it up in the lane, falling to his knees. A new 35 for Ellendale, as here's Thorpe blocked from behind by Leitz. Squirrels have a 6-second difference between shot and game clock, as it's fed cross court to Christian Leitz. West Cates with it now, spinning, feeds it back outside for Zach Cates. Christian Leitz right corner. A lot of activity on this possession. West Cates corner 3, that's good. The third 3 of the first quarter for the Squirrels. They now lead it 20-8 here in the dying seconds of the first quarter. Mullen crosses over, feeds it to the near corner. Henningsen back outside. Mullen spinning, and off the window, no good. Rebounded by Cates, and this will count if it goes, and it's good! My goodness, West Cates nails it at the buzzer. 23-8, emphatically, West Cates from three-quarter court. My goodness.
Well, let's see if I followed the ball on that then.
From just inside the three-point line, great shot, Jarrell. He nailed that one off the window. And that's got to be disheartening for Ellendale. Not only are you struggling to contain their backdoor cuts, recently you have that happen to you. And now your 12-point deficit becomes 15 heading into the second quarter. My goodness, I had to double take a little bit. I couldn't believe that went in. Those aren't supposed to go in. So now how will the Cardinals respond is the question on everyone's mind. They'll begin with the possession arrow and are back on offense. It's fed over now. Hunter Thorpe from the free throw line. Contested jumper got fouled by Christian Leitz. He'll shoot a pair. So that's the 16th foul of the first half. Of the 8 points, Ellendale has 3 of them have come from the foul line. This one is good from Thorpe. He's up to 4 now. Second on the way to bring their total to 10. It's good as well. 23-10 is the score. No one covered West Cates, and he continues to add to his impressive first half, now up to 9 points in just a little over 8 minutes of action. On the block, Cates commits a foul, and that's already the 7th of the first half. It'll mean free throws. West Cates is first, and the referees should notice that it is the 17th foul, and they do. Austin Mullen was the one who got hit from behind, he'll shoot a pair. He's at 4 points right now. Scoring split currently between Hunter Thorpe, Austin Mullen, and Wagner. This one is good. Thorpe and Mullen each with 5, Wagner the other 1. As this second free throw also drops, and we'll get a timeout by the Ellendale coach, Brian Vance. A 30-second timeout.
That's a Northern Cass game. That's about a week ago.
And another victory for the Squirrels as part of this current 4-game winning streak. They've won close and they've won by a wider margin. Since they started this run of success, they lost pretty substantially at home January 11th against Carrington. They've won much of their games since. Here comes an extended zone. Looks like a 1-3-1 from the Cardinals. Kabervig he'll dribble it into the corner. Nice feed down low, looking for Cates. Can't bank it in. Dixon the rebound, blocked inside though by Mullen. Plenty of bodies will be surrounding the ball with this zone look. Cates nearly commits a foul, and Dixon does, as he thought he got the ball. And already the 8th team foul of the first half for Central Cass will result in 2 more free throws. This time it's Mullen to the line again. Already has made 4. Cannot make the first of 2 here. Scott Wagner will return. The rest of the Ellendale team not on the block, but rather talking with their coach. Second free throw from Mullen is good, as they are able to get back on defense and set up in their 1-3-1 again. Right wing feeds it back outside for Leitz. Wes Cates draws the defense, feeds it back outside for Zach. Feeds it now in the right corner, trying to get this trap set up still and force these long cross-court passes, but the Squirrels break it down and make a 3. It's Zach Cates getting on the board for the first time. And the Squirrels counteract this pressure from Ellendale with some of their own. Almost over and back, no over and back called. Playing with fire there near the 10-second line. Blocked inside by Wes Cates. Squirrels back the other way, leading 28-13. Passing's got to be crisp here, and also you got to make good decisions as it's turned over here. Taken away by Henningsen. Mullen the other way in transition. Missed it. Rebound by Wagner, and he's fouled. We'll see who the foul is on, but credit Scott Wagner. He's been active on the offensive glass so far for the Cardinals. As we'll get a timeout on the floor. It's on Wes Cates picking up the foul. That's his second. Central Cass takes a 30-second timeout in the meantime. It's the 1-3-1 zone. You're looking to attack really any zone. You're looking to attack the vacant areas and collapse the defense, and they did there on that possession where Zach Cates was able to hit a 3. Possessions like the last one up the floor that you want to avoid, getting trapped in the corner and ending up throwing it straight to a member of the opposition. Scott Wagner to the line. He's shooting 2 after an offensive rebound attempt. Has just 1 point so far in this game. He's had opportunities at the line to score. Can't make this first one. Wagner again listed at 6'6" and only a freshman. Second free throw also good, and a reach on the rebound. Committed by Wyatt Henningsen, looking for the rebound against Josh Dixon. Third team foul for the Cardinals in the first half, and any foul on Central Cass the rest of the first half will be 2 Ellendale free throws. Looking back door for Leeds. The brother-to-brother connection couldn't connect. Another quick pass, more quick passing. As they enter the lane and a reach-in foul is called on Dixon. It's hard to credit who's making these passes since they're happening so quickly. Squirrels still in a 15-point advantage right now. They screen the top of the zone, and it's a 3 on the way again from Max Kobervig, his second of the half.
He's really come on the last month or so.
Up to 8 points in the first half, and now leading his team out and having his team out in front by 18, as at the other end it's knocked down by Austin Mullen from mid-range. His second field goal of the game, and he's already up to 9. Swung back over again. Kobervig can't knock this one down. Ellendale in transition, nearly ripped from behind by Christian Leeds. Setting up a corner 3, short, but the rebound inside by Mullen. Working against Dixon, and Dixon sends it back. Christian Leeds for Cates, takes the screen. Long cross-court pass above the zone. Still 23 on the shot clock. Dixon on the baseline, met by a few players, then they're able to get it back down low for Jonah Leeds, and he's fouled. After the ball was tipped, Dixon was able to come up with it again, and Leeds will head to the free throw line. That foul's on Austin Mullen. 5th team foul of the first half. Leeds just with 3 points so far in this one. Makes this first of 2 at the line. Bring his team back up to a 17-point lead. Second on the way is also good. Swished home by Jonah Leeds. An 18-point lead here, 4:23 to go in the first half. This is Merkel feeding it back outside for Hunter Thorpe. Long 2 on the way is going to rattle home. Hunter Thorpe's second field goal of the game, now up to 7 in the first half. It's been Thorpe, Mullen, and Wagner, the only Cardinals recording points. Josh Dixon lays it in on the nice entry pass. Back up to an 18-point lead, 35-17. Central Cass leads it. Merkel pass fake, feeds it for Thorpe in the near corner, drives inside against Christian Leeds and puts it in. Second consecutive possession ending with a Hunter Thorpe basket. Now can Ellendale get some stops on defense? Leeds with the ball fake, gets into the lane. That will count and one. An opportunity for 3 for Christian Leeds. The foul was on 33, Eric Blondo. Christian Leeds had a high contributor so far in this game. That basket just his second of the first half. Looking to bring his point total in the first half to 5. Knocks it down. And it's those kind of plays that you like to see against zone defense, making the defense miss, which gets the defense out of position. Entry pass rejected by Jonah Leeds, feeds it ahead for Klingbeil. He just was able to catch up to the pass, but wasn't able to do anything with it. Christian Leeds feeds it back outside. Zach Cates down low. Beautiful pass. Jonah Leeds with eyes in the back of his head. And the Squirrels now lead by 21 points. Back the other way comes Ellendale, but they're calling for a travel in the lane. I believe that last basket was by Devin Klingbeil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep, it was. That's who I put it down for anyway.
He's up to 4 points then in this first half. The Squirrels taking care of business, looking like early on in this one. Leitz on the pick and pop. Can't knock this one down, and the rebound for Austin Mullen. 2:25 remaining first half along the baseline now. This is Merkel as he's able to get it back outside. Ian Wagner into the lane. This will be 2 free throws. Would have been 2 free throws had the foul been on the floor. Fouls on Wes Cates. That's his third of the first half. The Squirrels better be thankful they're up by as many points as they are. Otherwise, a player like Wes Cates, who had that highlight end of the first quarter, losing a player like him for a substantial amount of time wouldn't be ideal. First free throw from Wagner is good. Thomas DeBoyu comes in the place of Wes Cates. Second free throw is no good. Fight for the rebound inside by Wagner, and they'll call it on him. It'll be going the other way. And with that foul, it's the 7th of the first half, so Central Cass gets to shoot free throws. And it will be Devin Klingbeil doing so. Already 7 different point scorers here in the first half. And none of them with more than 9. First free throw, the 1-and-1's no good from Klingbeil, who had made his prior 2 free throws. 21 Chance Durheim into the game for the Cardinals as he gets the pass back from Thorpe. Feeds it down low for Wagner, met by a double team, and lays it in. His first field goal of the night. Of the afternoon, that is. Lead is cut down to 18 again. Here comes a left corner 3, no good. Rebounded inside, though, by Leitz, and he's sent back by Mullen. That pass hit the rim, now deflected by Wagner. DeBoyu comes up with it, and now we'll get a foul on the floor. It's a foul on Austin Mullen, an emphatic signal by the referee. Mullen's second of the half. So more opportunities for the Squirrels to shoot free throws. Thomas DeBoyu to the line. And this free throw is going to rattle off. Another missed front end of a 1-and-1. Keeps the score at 40-22. Mullen on the way up got fouled. And 2 more free throws coming for him. And that's on Devin Klingbeil. That's also his third. Guard depth is running thin right now. For the first half, just 1:25 to go. Austin Mullen's already made 5 free throws in this first half. Can't make the first of 2 here. So Klingbeil will check out and Christian Leitz will return. The guards on the floor right now, Zach Cates and Thomas DeBoyu. Second free throw's no good, but the rebound almost taken in by Wagner. But Zach Cates rips it away. Christian Leitz thought about a 3. And Leitz tried to feed it inside for Cates. It's turned over. Mullen at the other end knocks down a long 2. Up to 11 points here in the first half for Austin Mullen. Makes it a 16-point ball game, under a minute to go in the first half. Cates into the lane, kicks it back outside. Long 3 by Leitz. DeBoyu fighting for the rebound, gets another possession for his team. DeBoyu with a head fake, puts it up in the lane, can't knock it down. Rebound by Thorpe, trying to clear it. Claiming he got hit in the head by Leitz. We play on. 3-second difference between shot and game clock. As Wagner's able to get rid of it, avoiding the 5-second count. Thorpe takes a hard screen, and we are going to get a foul on someone. We'll see what the indication is. It looks like it's staying here. As they are calling it on Zach Cates, running too hard into the screen. A rarity here in this one. That's Cates' first. Cardinals in the double bonus here. With 24 seconds to go in the first half, they can make it a 14-point game if both are made. Mullins at the line, he makes the first. It's been a Hunter Thorpe and Austin Mullen centric first half. Ian Wagner and Scott Wagner with four combined points. And here's a putback. So they're able to get 3 points out of that trip to the line and makes it a 13-point game. 13 seconds to go in the first half. Leads for DeBoyu. Dixon spins past Wagner and lays it in. Power move by Dixon. At the end of the first half, this will count if it goes, but it goes wide left from Wyatt Henningsen, and so ends the first half. An impressive show of offense and defense from the Squirrels. They lead 42-27 at the break. Seeing plenty of that in the first half. You just saw on your screen, 3-pointers aplenty for Central Cass. Zach Cates with one, Max Coppervig with a couple, Wes Cates with a couple, Jonah Leitz with one as well. It's been layups and 3-pointers primarily been their method of scoring, with the occasional long two thrown in there. Now being able to settle down the offensive attack of Hunter Thorpe and Austin Mullen will be what the Squirrels will look to curtail in the second half. Hope all our viewers have been staying warm the last couple weeks. All the cold weather that's afflicted the eastern part of North Dakota and western parts of Minnesota. Really across the entire upper Midwest, recently being afflicted with the polar vortex. We hope all of you have been staying warm, as well as the recent snowstorms that got this region pretty hard. Hopefully everybody was able to stay safe out there on the roads as well, given the snow conditions. Recently, I actually had to get pushed out of snow, just trying to get into a parking lot and out of a parking lot on Thursday because of the high snow levels, and that had never happened to me before. I'm used to roads being plowed before they get to such critical mass that I experienced on Thursday. So hopefully everyone else was able to get their cars on the road and also stay safe while on it.
You know, this is way before your time, but there used to be a time in my memory when this matchup was the premier matchup in the state. 2 years in a row, I think it was like 66, 67, the two region tournaments in a row where they met in the championship game. And the first year, Ellendale beat Castleton, and then Ellendale went on to win the state. And the next year, Castleton beat Ellendale and went on to win the state. And I know that Central Cass team is, you know, in the mix with the greatest teams of all time called the Class B. They had a 6'7" center, Jerry Pyle, who was a 2-year starter for the Gophers.
That'll help.
And they had a 5'9" guard. I think Jerry Ford was a big player at Valley City State. So if you got a 6'7" center, Big Ten caliber, and you've got a guard that plays big time at Valley, good career at Valley City, and it was.
I'll take that, no doubt. They did win state in 1968.
They had There was another Pyle, Bob Pyle, and I'm from this. We played in the same, my team of hometown of Litchfield. Played in both of those regions, and we just got hammered in our games. But it was amazing, when you're 6th and 7th grade and you see teams like that. I mean, you never forget. I mean, in my mind, Jerry Pyle is still the greatest Class B player of all time because he made that impression on me when I was that. Well, he may legitimately be, but you kind of remember the people that you saw as you were growing up as being the best.
And for those who have been listening for the entirety of the season, you'll remember for the Tri-State doubleheader, I brought a buddy of mine, Joe Thompson. He's from the West Metro. He's from in the Twin Cities. He's from Robbinsdale Cooper. And if you remember Gopher basketball from about maybe 10 years ago now, Rodney Williams was a big player for the Gophers. And he went to Robbinsdale Cooper High School where Joe went to. So he would go to those games when he was in middle school, and just seeing Rodney Williams and the rest of that Cooper team play was something that really made a big impression on him, and he probably could say the same thing. He's one of the best high school players possibly that he's ever seen. I can't speak for him, but I can at least see that perspective. I did not have that same experience when I got into high school basketball when I was in high school, and that was when I was a sophomore. Woodbury at the time, they had gone to state a couple years in a row, but I had never watched those teams.
Now I'm going to run down to the floor to take some pictures here. So you're on your own you got 4 minutes to fill.
Seems like a lot of power, but we'll try to make it work. Squirrels returning to the court, 4 minutes rather remaining until we resume play. Again, my name's Isaac Dienison. Happy to have you along with us if you are listening still at this point in the game. That three-quarter court three by Wes Cates to end the first quarter was something that I experienced pretty similarly. If you look up Fargo North basketball from the 2017-18 school year, is the first game of the year for Fargo North. Keaton Hogue, who's currently a senior for the Spartans, made a half-court three at the buzzer to bring Fargo North within 6 points. They had otherwise been down in that game. Rather, they had been down by 7. That three went in, they lose by 4. But it was the first game I had ever done play-by-play for, so if you're interested in finding another similar long-distance shot at the end, an end of half situation, end of quarter situation, whatever it may be, just find that video. It's Fargo North versus Devils Lake, I believe on December 5th, 2017. Real quickly, we'll see if these numbers add up after the fact, but right now the scoring totals for the first half: Ellendale, Ian Wagner just 1 point in the first half. Hunter Thorpe, he has 7 points in the first half. Austin Mullen with 13 in the first half, and Scott Wagner the other 5 points. If that was him that had that last putback at the end of the first half. Meanwhile, for Central Cass, Zach Cates with 3, Max Cobervig with 8, Devin Klingbeil with 4, Christian Leitz 5, Wes Cates with 9 points, Jonah Leitz with 5, and Josh Dixon with 8. Let's see if those numbers are correct. Hopefully, for those of you keeping track at home, you can feel free to leave down in the comments whether I was correct or not at any given point, reading off point totals in the game. Point totals are correct for Ellendale. Just a matter of whether Scott Wagner did indeed get that last putback at the end of the first half. Less than a minute to go until we get play started in the second half. Squirrels likely the message is keep playing your game. Continue to make the unselfish extra pass, like they've done so well in this game. Point totals match up as well for Central Cass, and we should be all set to get underway after the cha-cha slide concludes.
Pass one down to him. 500 calories apiece.
Yeah, we just got cookies back here up in the crow's nest, appropriately heart-shaped with Valentine's Day coming up on Thursday. That'll be my post-game snack. Second half's officially underway. Squirrels with the arrow. Coming out in man-to-man are the Cardinals. As Cates picks up his dribble, feeds it back outside. Christian Leitz with the screen, feeds it back outside now. Leitz has it on the left wing, takes a screen gives the screen for Jonah. Shot is short and the ball's out of bounds, last touch by the Squirrels. A 15-point advantage right now for Central Cass, but the Cardinals were able to cut it down from 21 at the end of the first half. Fed back outside, Merkel swings it. Thorpe on the left wing, gathers, puts up a tough shot. It's no good, but the rebound inside by Merkel. He can't finish, and it's last touch by Central Cass. Christian Leitz going over the back. Just did deflect it out of bounds. 31 on the reset shot clock. Back outside. This is Thorpe driving into the lane. Tough shot, lays it in against the tight defense from Christian Leitz. So continuing the trend of mostly Thorpe and Mullen on offense. Thorpe's on the board again to begin the second half. Baseline drive, fed back outside for a three by Zach Cates. Fed back outside by Wagner after the entry pass from Thorpe. Nice find inside. Thorpe's no good. A couple attempts at it on taps, and now Wagner falls to the floor as it's cleared by Cobbervig down low for Dixon, and he gets fouled on the way up. He'll shoot a pair of free throws. Fouls on Mullen. That's his third of the game here. First foul of the second half. Josh Dixon with 8 points in the first half, all coming on layups. This free throw falls short. And the second drops for him. 46-29, Squirrels out in the lead. Thorpe thought about a three, gives it to Wagner on the right block. Squares up for a jumper over Jonah Leitz. It's no good. Long pass down the floor, hauled in by Christian Leitz. And he's able to manipulate the defense, working around the Cardinals, and it's laid in. And now we get a timeout on the floor. It'll be a full. Called by Ellendale. Brian Vance wanting to talk it over as the Squirrels extend their lead to 19. Nice move by Christian Leitz here. He's met by Wagner and just simply found a way to walk around him and lay it in.
I'm not going to put highlights of this game on YouTube unless Wes Cates pays me $20.
Might want some royalties after that impressive end of the first quarter. Making it from just inside the opposite three-point line. Just going to play it right here. It's at the very end of the first half, and right there, just inside the line, kaboom, to make it 23-8 at the time. Give credit to Ellendale for continuing to fight.
Yeah, I thought for a minute there we might be getting into running clock territory there for a while. I mean, they were up by about 20 in the first half. I thought
21.
maybe a good third quarter and we'd be having the running clock, but it doesn't look like it.
Barring any runs, here's a near steal, and it is stolen by Leitz, and he draws hard contact. He'll go to the line. Looking almost like he initiated that contact. Referees conferring who picked up the foul. It's on 24, Peyton Merkel. Christian Leitz with just 5 points in the first half, 2 so far here in the second half. Knocks the first of 2 at the line down. Squirrels had led by as much as 21 points in that first half, up to 20 now. And both free throws good. Now at 9 points for the game for Christian Leitz. This pass is deflected and picked up by Max Kabervig. Feeds it off for Josh Dixon. Can't lay it in transition, and the rebound by Wagner. Wyatt Henningsen with it. Feeds it over for Austin Mullen, one of the 3 seniors on the Ellendale roster. Baseline jumpers no good, but the rebound by Wagner. And a fresh 35 for the Cardinals. Setting up a mid-range jump shot, no good, but another offensive board by Wagner, and he's fouled again.
For those of you that missed the girls' game, went to overtime. The Squirrels were down by 6 with less than 2 minutes to go. They came back and tied it, and the Squirrels had a 5-point lead in overtime, and they just about blew it. Lisbon had the ball with 15 seconds left, and they were down by 1, but they weren't able to do anything with their last possession.
Luckily, he was able to catch the end of that game just before this one on the playback. Wagner makes the second of 2 here at the line. That was a crazy finish to that girls' game. They were down by 5 points with about a minute to go. They were able to force enough turnovers, and the heroics of DeConte Smith helped the Squirrels win that game against Lisbon. A travel called here on Christian Leitz.
You know, in the pros, they have like something like points per minute played or points per 30 minutes or something like that. I would think DeConte Smith probably has one of the higher points per minutes played of anybody. She can go out and be instant offense, and she doesn't get a lot of playing time.
Nice movement from the Cardinals. Hunter Thorpe finishes to make it an 18-point game. The NBA does have a statistic, an advanced metric statistic, points per 36 minutes, for mostly intended for bench players that play less than that amount of time to determine efficiency. Be interesting to look into some of those numbers at this level. Dixon from mid-range can't knock it down, and a loose ball picked up by Cody Merkel. They're working it down the floor quickly. This is Mullen. Into the lane. That pass too hot to handle for Cody Merkel. Still 22 on the shot clock. What a nice, sweet-looking form from Hunter Thorpe. Knocks it down again. He's got 6 here in the second half. Kabervig goes baseline, puts it up and puts it in. Send him to the line for another. His first 2 points of the second half, nice take. And he has an opportunity to make it 3. Kabervig, 8 points in the first half now with 10, looking to make it 11. And does not, and an over-the-back foul will be called on Josh Dixon. Austin Mullen clutching his face after that last possession there. This boys game I was part of in this gymnasium was a member of Tri-State that had to be taken off the floor due to getting poked in the eye. A steal here by Central Cass. Christian Leitz comes the other way with it with a head of steam. And now they'll settle it down. Leitz finds himself wide open for three. Can't knock it down, and the rebound inside by Wagner. They nearly turn it over. They are able to corral it, however, and we'll get a timeout taken by Brian Vance yet again. As it's kind of stayed at this margin and has not ballooned out of control, nor has it gotten too close since the start of the second half. That last timeout was a 30 taken by the Cardinals. They have 2 remaining here in the second half. So it's a 52-34 advantage now for the Squirrels. The foul situation has cleaned itself up fairly here so far in the second half. Just 3-2 in terms of team fouls for the Cardinals. Thorpe with it now as the Squirrels set up in a zone, and it's intercepted by Leitz, looking for the long pass down the floor again. And again, it seems like Jonah Leitz has been leading his teammates a little too far on those long passes, as Cates had to have longer arms to be able to track that last one down. So after the turnover, Ellendale will set up on offense again. It's an extended zone look here, as it was an entry pass looking to get it into the middle, but it's turned over. The Squirrels coming back the other way. Cates fakes the mid-range shot. Dixon up and in and one. Nice move by Josh Dixon. Able to have his way with the defense down low yet again. It was a nice play, though, to get 2 defenders in the air by Zach Cates to set up Dixon. Squirrels can tie their largest lead of the game here if Dixon makes this free throw, and they will. 55-34 they lead now. And this one's read and stolen by Christian Leitz, and a little Euro step move. He finishes at the other end. 57-34 now. Got to watch those passes against this zone defense. They say that was tipped out of bounds. Product of good offense against zone is making good quality passes, and right now Ellendale has struggled ever since the Squirrels introduced the zone look in game time about a minute ago. Right baseline jumper, good again from Thorpe. It's been very impressive throughout the entirety of this game. For the Cardinals' sake, if only this game was closer, right now Thorpe would be one of the most valuable players in this game. This mid-range shot is no good from Kabervig, and the rebound taken in by the Cardinals. Austin Mullen coming back the other way with some tricky dribbling. They're able to work it over to the right corner, and another basket for Hunter Thorpe, this time from 3. Hunter Thorpe now with 11 points in the third quarter alone. Pick and pop. Leitz doesn't shoot the 3. Dixon's on the block. He wants it. They'll get it to him. Met by a double. Wagner came to him, and the passes still keep coming. You got to follow the ball, and you got to account for everybody on this offense.
Who made that one? Dixon?
It looked like Dixon made that last one. As they come back the other way, and it's laid in by Mullen at the other end, his first basket of the second half. Under a minute to go in the third quarter. Dixon, that pass too hot to handle again from Leitz. As Cody Merkel brings it back the other way, Mullen top of the key. Closely guarded by Kabervig. Look out from behind, nearly stolen. Hunter Thorpe's got the hot hand, and he continues his success in this third quarter. Another three-pointer. Makes it 59-44 here late in the third. A 3-second difference between shot and game on the clocks, and the Squirrels now content for one shot. This is a rarity in this game. Squirrels playing slowly on offense. Both teams have fouls to give, meanwhile. Down low, almost turned over as it's in the corner now. No time on the shot clock. It is going to be a shot clock violation. It was a tough pass to attempt, and Leitz tried to make the best of it. Could not hit the rim. 2.7 seconds to go. I doubt the Squirrels will want to give a foul here, but they might. They're going to press the inbound, as this one will count if it goes, and it just falls short on the attempt from Eric Blondo. So it's a 15-point deficit here for Ellendale. Again, give credit to the Cardinals for not going away quietly. Squirrels just up by 23 points, but now an 8-point swing since. And they will get the basketball to begin the fourth quarter. I'm no coach, but I would think Matt Norman of Central Cass probably got to be preaching ball security at this point. Saw in that third quarter too many possessions lost due to inaccurate passes or just foolish decisions with the basketball. A little look at the Class B standings, rather the pollings for Class B. Richland, one of their two losses, belongs to Central Cass. They beat them back on January 18th. The only loss the Squirrels have had in Region 1 play was to Kindred, another top team in Class B. Beginning the fourth quarter, down by 15 points. This is Ian Wagner with it out on top. Nice pass back, and the mid-range jump shot no good, and the rebound goes to Jonah Leitz. Squirrels will break it out, and they'll slow things down. Wes Cates has it out on top. Instead of playing as loose as they were in the first three quarters of this game, maybe we'll see more of this here in the fourth quarter, taking things slowly. Into the lane, tough shot. Will they count the basket? No, they will not. It's an offensive foul. Devin Klingbeil put it in, but went into the lane too aggressively. And now we have an injured Cardinal. The injured Cardinal looks to be number 33, Eric Blondo, and we will get a stoppage of play here as he is attended to. It looked like he hit his head on the floor. That's what he's clutching, and we hope Blondo is all right. Hate to see injuries in a game like this where the outcome still could be decided here in the fourth quarter. And he's getting help to his feet. Looks like he's trying to get help to his feet. Might be a little woozy, and we really hope he's all right. For the moment, he'll be coming off the floor. And Wyatt Henningsen will come in his place. The result of that last play was an offensive foul. Blondo took the charge, and Ellendale will have the basketball out of the officials' timeout. Wagner has it right wing, feeds near side for Henningsen. Thorpe with it. Now he'll drive in, shoot over 2 players, couldn't get the roll, and it's rebounded by Dixon. Scott Wagner getting ready to check back in for Ellendale. Will be a presence inside on the low block for Ellendale once he comes back in. Leeds ball fake, gets into the lane, banks it off the glass and in. Christian Leeds has stepped his play up here in the second half as it's taken all the way to the basket and laid in by Mullen. We have layups on both sides. It is back to a 15-point margin. Cates with it now, trying to get it to Dixon on the block as it's fed back outside and it's Red stolen, but a step on the sideline by Cody Merkel will keep the basketball here. And indeed, Wagner is coming back into the game, as is Jonah Leitz. The top rebounders on each team back into the game. As it's worked around, here is Wes Cates with it. Max Kobervig standing with it, 25 on the shot clock. Certainly right now we are seeing them more content going with some slower paced offense. That's last touch by Dixon out of bounds. 6 minutes and change remaining in the fourth quarter. It's a 15-point lead. The girls' game went down to the wire. We see the same in the boys' game here today. Mullen got a man in the air, fades away and knocks it down. The impressive offense from Hunter Thorpe and Austin Mullen continue, as Mullen's now got 6 in the second half after his impressive first half. Cates with a spin move back for Dixon against Wagner. Now Leitz spinning into the lane, met by Wagner, was straight up with it, and they forced the miss and the rebound by Hunter Thorpe. They can cut it to a 10-point game with a 3, but they'll get it inside to Wagner, and he lays it in. 61-50 the score, closing in on 5 minutes remaining in regulation. Kobervig into the corner, Leitz with a ball fake into the lane, misses it. And the ball's poked free and rebounded by Wyatt Henningsen, and now we get a whistle. And are we going to get a timeout?
Technical, I think.
I think it was a timeout when the other team had the ball. I think you're right. So Hunter Thorpe is going to shoot the technical free throws here. That's an inopportune error there by the Squirrel bench, as it's now a 10-point game, and Hunter Thorpe's going to make both of them. This was once a 23-point lead for Central Cass, now leading just by 9 points, and a lot of momentum right now on the Ellendale sideline. Nice crossover and the reverse layup by Mullen. It's a 7-point ball game here in Castleton, North Dakota. Hard screen in the backcourt, and this ball's going the other way. What a turn of events in this game. Jonah Leitz is called for the offensive foul, and we're going to get a timeout here. Jonah Leitz just picked up his 3rd foul, and we're at a 7-point ball game.
I'll take a look at this here.
It's this screen right here, and it did look like that was a good call. He was moving the left side of his body as contact was made with the defender. Right here, just a nice crossover by Mullen, who's played very well in this ball game. 8 points in the second half after a 12-point first half. He's up to 20 in the game, and Hunter Thorpe, after And after a equally impressive first half, even more so here in the second half. Proving right now, strength may not always come in numbers. Ellendale right now just mostly two guys. Thorpe and Mullen leading the way. They have the basketball here out of this timeout, and they can make it a two-possession game with another score. Wyatt Henningsen with it off the inbound. Cody Merkel now for Mullen. Henningsen pass fake, looking for Merkel, feeds it back outside Mullen. Wagner on the block against Leitz. Powers his way inside and lays it in. It's a 5-point ball game. If you're just tuning in yet again, it was a 23-point Squirrel lead. Hard contact, but no charge drawn. Kabervig draws the foul on Cody Merkel. The fouls are 5 apiece. That's Merkel's third. So each team just with one foul to give the remainder of the way here in regulation. Cross-court pass leads. Beautiful cut. Wes Cates off the glass. They needed that one badly. Wes Cates' his first basket of the second half after his 3 fouls in the first half. Wagner on the block. Give and go with Mullen. Blocked inside by Dixon. Wagner again, and he traveled prior to the make. A big break for Central Cass that Scott Wagner took too many steps on his move to the basket. Now in a man press against the inbound, almost a foul, reaching from behind, and the Squirrels take advantage. Josh Dixon lays it in at the other end, and it's back to a 9-point game, nearly stolen again by Leitz. Now a long two is good again from Thorpe. My goodness. He cannot miss from that distance. We're at a 7-point game yet again. .3:22 remaining in regulation time. Squirrels milking some clock. Dixon left wing, nearly stolen. Now back outside, the pass is worked around, deflected, down to 8 on the shot clock. Dixon into the lane, tough shot, no good. Rebound by Wagner. Tough defense inside from Wyatt Henningsen as it's kept in bounds. Thorpe got Leitz to fly by and hits another 3. Hunter Thorpe cannot miss. It's a 4-point game and a timeout by Ellendale with 2:52 to go in the fourth quarter. And it's a full. This game is something else. This was a 15-point advantage at halftime, and the Squirrels led by as much as 23 at 2 different occasions in the second half. Ellendale coming into this game losers of their last 3 and 7 of their last 8 prior to this game. The Squirrels coming in winners of their last 4 coming into this game, including a big win last night over Maple Valley at home.
Well, just like the girls' game, the girls seemingly had that game totally in hand too there the first half and early in the second half, and it just got away from them. And although they only had like 11 or 12-point lead at the most.
Change in offensive philosophy for Central Cass may have messed with them in this second half. Max Kabervig draws oohs and ahs from the crowd after doing mostly nothing. Takes a screen here, and this pass is turned over. It's picked up by Austin Mullen, and here he comes in a fast break setting. His jumper's too long from the free throw line. Watch out there, Joe
he got
Leitz
numbers.
on the rebound, as now Christian Leitz is wide open for a corner 3, and it's off. And the rebound inside by Hunter Thorpe. He picked up his dribble and has to give it ahead to Chance Durheim. It's a 4-point ball game, a little over 2 minutes to go in this fourth quarter. Nearly stolen. It's picked up by Mullen. Picks up his dribble. and that pass was too hot to handle for Thorpe. Squirrels take it back as Coppervig has it, and they'll call a timeout as they cross half court. Minute 57 to go. This game is not over yet. This game has had it all. West Cates is three-quarter court three at the end of the first quarter. We may have thought that would have been the highlight of this game, but a spirited effort by Ellendale has kept them in this game. Namely, Hunter Thorpe. He has 21 points in the second half alone. Hunter Thorpe does. Hunter Thorpe is a 6'3" junior forward listed on the roster.
And it hasn't taken him many shots to get that either.
Oh, he's been very efficient on his looks. And he should probably be priority number one the rest of the way for the Squirrels to defend here in regulation. Coppervig off the inbound. Adjusting to more of a slow-paced offense in the second half, and they've struggled with it. Leeds out on top, feeds Coppervig left wing. A three, long, and the rebound inside by Mullen, ripped away from Leeds, and they have numbers. Down low for Wagner. Mullen at the elbow. Tied up and will get a held ball. It's squirrel ball off the arrow. Coppervig ties up Mullen, and the Squirrels get a possession. Now the long pass ahead here. Again, Squirrels content with milking some clock, up by 4, under 90 seconds to go in regulation time. Cody Merkel guarding Coppervig closely, tries to drive past him. Leeds at the elbow, feeds it back outside. Cates, good defense, now outside of 3 on the way is also no good, but a rebound inside, and we'll get a foul away from the ball, and it's going to be on Wagner. So that was the last foul to give for the Cardinals in regulation. It's Scott Wagner's third foul. Now the Squirrels can inbound. Every foul on the Cardinals will be free throws the rest of the way. Leeds looking for a place to inbound it and finds Christian Leeds. Down to a minute to go here in regulation, and a timeout will be called by the Squirrels. We did have a few left with 59.1 seconds to go. And the Cardinals, if they want any shot at winning this game, they need a stop right now with 29 seconds on the shot clock. So likely be the last possession of the game with a shot clock if the Squirrels play their cards correctly.
I've got to get out of here quick after this game, so if you go ahead and do any closing that you want to do, and I'm going to be running down to the floor and packing up.
As long as this game doesn't go too far longer, we'll see what we have to talk about once the final buzzer sounds. Coppervig working on some moves against Cody Merkel. Still crossing over Merkel and forces a foul. Nice work there by Max Coppervig to force the 7th-team foul. So with 47 seconds to go here, it's a 1-and-1 situation for Coppervig. And earlier in the second half, the Squirrels did not make their free throws. This one's good, however, by Coppervig. It makes it a 5-point game.
Only 7 points in this quarter, though, for the Squirrels.
Both free throws from Coppervig are good. It's a 6-point ball game, and now it's crunch time for the Cardinals. Merkel for Henningsen. Feeds it back outside. Here's Thorpe. And now we'll get a washout here. We'll get a foul on the Squirrels, it looks like. And it's on Coppervig, so that was their last foul to give. So now a 2-second difference between shot and game clock. The shot clock's about irrelevant right now, as the Cardinals need buckets and they need them now. Thorpe creating space on a step back. This is no good. Rebound inside by Wagner, and he's fouled. The shot clock's officially off for the remainder of regulation. This foul will be on Josh Dixon, his third. So now Wagner, who struggled with free throws in this game, trying to cut the deficit from 6 for the Cardinals. It's a 1-and-1, and it's it's not a 1-and-1. It was a shooting foul that happened. So Wagner misses the first. Each coach has 1 timeout remaining here in regulation. Second on the way from Wagner, swishes through. It's a 5-point game, and Ellendale will spend its final timeout of regulation. So Ellendale's been playing press defense against inbound situations, but they haven't been playing the half-court line very tightly, so we'll see if that changes on this impending inbound. So now Ellendale, no timeouts on their side anymore, with under 30 seconds to go. So with the way that, one thing to also note with the way that scheduling with the radio station that accompanies these streams more often than not, this will likely mean that my service here at this gymnasium will be over upon the completion of this game. So after the game, I'll wish my good luck to the team, as we still have 28 seconds to go in this ball game. And they are now defending everybody tightly. Leitz running the baseline, and Christian Leitz is fouled immediately by Wyatt Henningsen. So this will be a 1-and-1 situation. The 8th team foul on Ellendale. So now some offense for defense substitutions here. Christian Leitz has made only 3 free throws in this game. He and Dixon have been the primary sources of offense in this second half for Central Cass. First free throw of the 1-and-1 is good. And this second free throw can make it a 3-possession game. Second on the way is also good. 2 big free throws for Christian Leitz. Austin Mullen quickly into the lane, walked. Squirrel ball with 23 seconds to go, leading by 7. And now they'll get Chance Durheim back in the game for Merkel. Another offense for defense substitution. Needing steals, they don't steal it immediately, and they'll get a foul. Max Coppervig will now get his turn to shoot free throws. It's the 9th team foul, so again a 1-and-1 situation, as Chance Durheim is the one that commits the foul. 21.5 seconds on the clock. This game got down to as little as a 4-point deficit after earlier in the second half the Squirrels led by 23. This first of the 1-and-1's no good. And Mullen will push, crosses over against Coppervig, tightly guarding him, and he draws a foul. So this will again be a 1-and-1 situation. Coppervig commits his 4th foul of the game. So Austin Mullen, who had 6 made free throws in the first half, looking to keep his team alive for the moment here. 14.4 seconds, makes the first free throw. No timeouts for the Cardinals here. They can't keep playing the foul game too much longer. They have to They have to get steals, but now Scott Wagner was a little too eager on that second free throw. A lane violation wipes that out. So it's a 6-point game. Ellendale's still down by 2 possessions, but they need steals, and they're not able to get one. Durheim commits the immediate foul on Cates. By my count, Zach Cates has exactly 6 points, and both of those are on 2 threes. And all those points are on 2 threes. Looking to essentially put this game away for Central Cass and let them win their 5th game in a row. First free throw's no good. That was the 10th team foul on Ellendale, so this was a 2-shot foul anyway. And that's good, a 3-possession lead for Central Cass. Mullen into the lane, down low for Wagner, loose on the floor. As the clock ticks, it's picked up by Christian Leitz, and this ball game is over. It was not easy, but the Squirrels managed to hold on against a scrappy Ellendale team. They win their 5th game in a row, dating back to late January. It's a final of 70-63. The Squirrels win it, and they will now head into the latter stages of their schedule. They'll return home next on February 22nd against Lisbon, their final game of the regular season, before the Region 1 play kicks off in early March. So we thank you for watching along with us here today. Certainly was an entertaining one here this afternoon, here on a Saturday afternoon in eastern North Dakota. Thank you for listening here to today's game, and we hope you all continue to stay warm as the winter rages on here in the upper Midwest. For Jarrell Peterson, I'm Isaac Dienison. Thank you all for listening. Have a great rest of your weekend.
Thanks a lot. Again.
Yeah, no problem.
You're still your student next
I'll be
year?
around next year, yes.
And thinking, when I bought a house here, if I had moved down here full time, then maybe I could do some farming or something.
Okay.
Maybe. I'll have to see. Sometimes it gets to be a little much having more than one thing like now here in Can do and just making the graphics every